is game day here in Stillwater, and that means those paddle people, they're pumped, paddling orange power, chanting "Go Pokes." We're here in Boone Pickens Stadium, and you are watching Fox College Football here on FS1. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer, alongside my partner, Ben Lieber. Played 10 years in the National Football League, and partner, it's the Big 12 opener for both of these squads. Oklahoma State comes in unbeaten, ranked 15th in the country, and yet they lost the nation's best wide receiver, James Washington, to the NFL draft, as well as Mason Rudolph, their winningest quarterback in school history and their first All-American QB. And the offense, more prolific this season.
Yeah, it really is. It's been pretty incredible, but it's all because of the quarterback run game. Taylor Cornelius comes in as a fifth-year senior, but a first-year starter to this offense. He knows this offense. They trust him. He's a huge body that can stand in the pocket. He can get the ball down the field, but he can also extend the plays outside of the pocket, namely on third down. But this offense is still run through Justice Hill. They want to run the football. I think he's one of the best running backs in the nation that nobody's talking about. He can run around you, he can run through you, and he's got the speed to take it to the house.
Now Texas Tech, they got the top offense in the country. They're third in the nation in points. They're putting up 55 points a game, and they are led by a true freshman gunslinger. I like to call him the showman, Alan Bowman.
Yeah, and Bowman wasn't even the starter at the beginning of the season. That goes to McLean Carter, first series or first quarter of the first game. He gets hurt, so here comes Bowman to lead the way, and he's been spectacular throwing the ball down the field. He ran this air raid offense in high school, so he has familiarity. He's been poised, he's been put through the pressure cooker, and he has played really, really well, but this Oklahoma State defense is awfully good.
76 degrees here in Stillwater. Going to be a great night for football. And what a night for this series history. This one dates back to 1935. First time these two teams met 83 years ago. 46 meeting between these two schools, and it's all tied up. 21, 21, and 3. And Oklahoma State has won 9 straight against the Red Raiders.
But the last 2 years has been awfully, awfully close. A little lopsided in the years before that, but Texas Tech is trying to come in here to a place they haven't won in a really, really long time against a high-profile offense and a defense that can really get after the quarterback.
Texas Tech won coin toss. They've opted to defer, so Oklahoma State will receive Clayton Hatfield. Kick things away for the Red Raiders. Back deep. Oklahoma State is Chuba Hubbard. He is from Edmonton, and I'm telling you, the kid has got world-class speed. This is Hubbard. Fair catch.
It's a really bizarre fair catch on a kickoff, don't you think?
Yeah, had a lot of room to run.
He had a lot of room to run. I'm kind of baffled. Was he thinking that was a punt?
Here's our first look. Taylor Cornelius, fifth-year senior. You know, he was a walk-on back in 2014. Backed up Mason Rudolph the last 3 seasons. His first opportunity to start this year. Third, fourth start for him, and he's got 9 touchdowns already, 2 of those rushing. J.D. King will start in the backfield, along with Justice Hill. And the give to Hill. Left side, trying to get to that edge, and he can't get it. Desmond Smith right there with the tackle.
Well, that's what you have to do with Hill. You have to string all of these plays outside, because when he gets downhill, he can make you miss, and he can actually run you over as well.
Both these teams play with that tempo. Here's Cornelius. Draw the heel. Look out! Hill. Midfield. Pulled down at the 42-yard line. John Bonney with the saving tackle. Justice Hill rips one off the Big 12 rushing leader.
Well, it was the little fake, that little draw that drew everybody inside, and they were able to get the blocks.
And complete on the outside to Tyron Johnson, and here comes the Cowboys. Hill ran for 35 yards. Mike Gundy in his 14th season, 117 career wins. Some of the best hair in the conference with that mullet.
Best hair in the nation.
To the outside, Jalen McCleskey pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, the guy that came over and made that play was Dakota Allen, number 40, the linebacker for Texas Tech. You want to see a guy that is going to fly around the football field. Hopefully we get to call his name a lot today. I love the way he plays. Stylistically, he's a throwback linebacker. He's going to come down and hit you. He's got instincts. He's a fun guy to watch on tape.
L.D. Brown, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. Cornelius under pressure, throws it to the end zone, wide open. Caught, J.D. King, touchdown, Cowboys. The sophomore out of Georgia with the touchdown catch. 23 yards, 99-yard drive by the Cowboys.
Well, there's been coverage issues all over the back end of this defense for weeks. That's a simple wheel route on the outside. There's a defender there that has him initially, and then he just lets him go. He thinks that there's somebody else behind to take the running back out of the backfield. And J.D. King just finds that open spot, that little soft spot in the defense, and Cornelius delivers.
So here's Matt Amendola, current Big 12 scoring leader. The extra point. And it's good. Cowboys strike first. 7-0 the score with the first quarter as Cornelius connects. 99 yards. They're up 7-0. Jake McClure will kick things away for those Cowpokes. Bowman is back deep along with Justice Parker. Here's the true freshman, Alan Bowman. Boy, threw for 605 yards against Houston last week. 5 touchdowns as well. That eclipsed Pat Mahomes' Big 12 freshman record of 598 in a single game. Felton flanks out. Bowman throws it. And that's complete. Antoine Wesley, but as soon as he catches it, he's brought down by Derek Bernard. Let's talk about the key here for Texas Tech.
Yeah, I really think the key for Texas Tech is the opposite of Oklahoma State. I think it's ball control. It's running the ball and throwing it horizontally. Don't always look for the big play because your defense right now throughout this season has not played very good at all. Keep your defense off the field. Keep Oklahoma State's offense off the field. Control the clock. Control the game by the short, quick passes.
2nd and 12. They go 5 wide. Here's Bowman flushed out of the pocket. Looking left. Nearly did he get nearly picked off by Rodarius Williams. That was a dangerous throw, Ben Lieber.
Well, check this out. Watch the linebacker in the middle of the screen. Last week, this is what Bowman really struggled with. See the middle of the screen? They put a robber and a plugger. We call it a robber or a plugger in the middle of the field to take away all the slants, all the things that come in the middle of the field. That's where he wanted to go with the football. It wasn't there, so he had to go back to the outside, and that's where the ball was almost picked off.
Bowman picked up nearly every award you could last week. Big 12 Newcomer of the Week, Big 12 Player of the Week, National QB of the Week after throwing for 605 yards. This pass, bobbled but caught. Jadian High makes to grab the senior.
See Jadian High just run a little 7 route, a little out-cutting route at an angle, and it's all about ball placement, and that's exactly where Bowman put it. Only where his receiver can go and get it, and look at that concentration. That may be a catch. It looked like maybe he bobbled it as he's going out of bounds.
Bowman over the middle, caught by Wesley. Antoine Wesley with the catch.
And here they go. Look at that tempo. Get up to the line, get the receiver set, snap the ball.
That's complete. Zach Austin across midfield. Brought down at about the 42. A.J. Green makes the stop. And again, it goes to tempo here for Tech.
And again, no substitutions, so no substitutions for the defense either.
Bowman, wide open, complete. T.J. Vasher. He's pushed out of bounds at the 17. Coach Cliff Kingsbury in his 6th season leading his alma mater. 15th head coach in Tech history. He's led this program to 3 bowl appearances, including last season.
And you won't find a better offensive mind in the country than Kingsbury. Every single year he seems to find talented quarterbacks and really talented wide receivers.
Tazon Henry has checked in for the Red Raiders. Is Henry. They fake the reverse. Henry trying to get to the edge. Brought down at about the 12, Rodarius Williams. He's the sophomore out of Shreveport.
Watch the pressure come through here. But they don't hand the ball off. Had the ball been handed off, that would have been a tackle for loss. But then you talk about, look at the lateral quickness of Henry right there. That's the one thing they love about this freshman.
They go 4 up top. They throw the fade to Vasher. Caught. Touchdown. Red Raiders.
So Texas Tech goes exotic with their formations. Out here on the left, there's 4 receivers all bunched up. It brings all the attention from the defense over to that side, and you single up Vasher on the right side of the offense, and he's wide open.
Bowman with the touchdown pass. Threw 5 of them last week against Houston. Here's the extra point by Hatfield. Clayton knocks it through. And we are all tied up here in the first quarter. Thanks to Bowman and Vasher. Welcome back to Stillwater. Here's the freshman, true freshman, the showman himself, Alan Bowman. He was 6 of 7 on that drive as Texas Tech goes 75 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, Ben Lieber.
I tell you what, he does not play like a true freshman. It's pretty unbelievable that he's been out here on this big stage. And here we go again. We got the new rule in effect. The fair catch out to the 25.
Let's talk about keys to the game, especially with the Cowboys with football.
Well, I think they just have to stay with their identity. Their identity is to run the football and then go over the top. They get a little impatient on offense, and they want to hit everything over the top. That's been their identity for years. So I say stay explosive. Keep pounding that rock. Soften up the defense. Ask that defense to bring down the safety in the box and then go over the top and take it off.
Justice Hill, as they go from the pistol. Cornelius fakes it to him, rolls right. And that one's short. Dylan Stoner is who he was looking for. What a formation Cliff Kingsbury came up there with.
Yeah, talk about exotics. Again, here's the 4 wide receivers, and watch the attention of the corner over here. He thinks everything's going to go away. Look at him look in the backfield. I'm cool. I'm all right. I'm on an island. Look at all the 4 guys over there. Clearly the ball's going to be thrown to the other side. It's not. They catch him off guard. Bad eye discipline by the corner there, and Vasher with the easy touchdown.
2nd and 10. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Jelani Woods brought down to 45. Jashawn Johnson, welcome back here. The senior making the stop. He was preseason all Big 12. His first game this season, coming back from a shoulder injury, under pressure, and incomplete. He's looking for Tylan Wallace. Tony Jones is applying the pressure to Cornelius.
It was Tony Jones, the rush end, coming scot-free to put a hit on the quarterback. And Jones is one of these guys that doesn't get the starting snaps per se, but he gets a lot of play in the game, leads his team in tackle for loss, so he is a big-time contributor.
J.D. King and Justice Hill in the backfield. This is Hill. Patient, picks up a couple. Joseph Wallace makes the stop.
Yeah, that's the thing with Hill that you just have to watch out for. He's patient enough to run behind pullers, looking to find a crease. And he'll have a few of these plays where it's just a few yards, and then bam, all of a sudden he'll break one out for a big game.
Wallace came into this one 114 yards shy. 3,000 for his career. Tylan Wallace at the top of your screen. That little bunch set at the bottom. Cornelius going up top. Wallace throws. How about that catch by that young man, Tylan Wallace, the sophomore out of Fort Worth. This kid is the 4th most receiving yards by any underclassmen in the FBS.
Well, again, they go aggressive on defense with a man blitz, with the safety over the top, and I tell you what, the safety could not have gotten there any quicker. He read it properly. It was just a great throw and a beautiful catch.
Play fake. Again, Wallace trying to break a tackle. And he's right there at that first down marker. Once again, they'll go with tempo. Hill gets the carry. Left side, we got a flag.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 60, correction, offense, number 67. That penalty's declined. Personal foul, chop block on the offense, number 56 and number 73. That penalty will be accepted. 15 yards from the previous spot, 2nd down.
You're going to get Larry Williams, the right guard, and Tevin Jenkins, the right tackle. And you see the contact. When you get 2 guys making initial contact with 1 player, 1 high and 1 low, that is a foul. You cannot do that on the offensive line.
So they'll move things back to the 34. 2nd and 16. The fake to Justice Hill. Cornelius up top. Wallace complete. Brought down at the 19. About a yard shy of that first down marker. Adrian Fry makes the stop.
Well, this is the challenge with playing against this offense. They play man-to-man, they get beat. They play off coverage, and they're going to get hit with all these stop routes.
Cornelius snap low. And he is dropped. Loses about 4. John Bonney.
Well, clearly not the outcome you want on 3rd and short. You need to catch that ball cleanly. You can clearly see that his mind was working faster than his body. Didn't put himself in the right position to catch the football, and out comes the field goal unit on what could have been a big 3rd down pickup.
So here's Matt Amendola. He's made 17 straight field goals. That's the longest active streak in the country. And make it 18 as he drills that one in. Leads the Big 12 in scoring, continues his streak. 10-7 the score here in the first. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Big 12 opener between Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. 10-7 is our score. Jake McClure kick things away for those Cowpokes. Daquan Bowman back deep along with Justice Parker. They'll start from the 25. November 10th of 2001. Last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. It's been a long time coming.
Why based on that footage that seemed like it was 50 years ago?
I know it didn't.
His shoulder pads are terrible. The quarterback's sleeves are terrible.
Here's DeMarcus Felton. Hard runner, downfield type runner. And Justin Phillips makes the stop. The Cowpokes pick up a 5. Looking at 2nd and 5. Texas Tech. Bowman throws, got a man wide open. Complete. Wesley. Antoine Wesley with the one-handed grab.
Well, there have been a number of one-handed catches, unbelievable catches all season long by these wide receivers.
32-yard pickup. Bowman slings it again over the middle. Jadion High makes the catch. Once again, they go with tempo.
Well, you can see why that minimizes the front four of this defense. That's the strength of the defense. They like to get upfield and penetrate and cause a lot of chaos, and it's really hard to do that when that ball comes out in under 2 seconds.
Especially since Oklahoma State leads the country in sacks as well. Bowman, RPO over the middle. Austin inside the 10. And Tech is knocking on the door again.
And you can just see it with this defense. They're flat-footed. There's no proactive thinking. There's no anticipation. They just have to react to where the ball is going to be thrown. And with all that speed on the outside, especially when it comes across your face, it's so hard to react and get downhill and make clean tackles.
Antoine Wesley at the top of your screen. Sean Carter going in motion. He's got it. Flip there at the 2-yard line. Kenneth Edison Magruder makes the stop.
What it looks like to me, number one, right here in your screen, Calvin Bundage seems a little banged up. He's one of the best players on defense. There he's right in the middle of your screen. Sort of watch him run. He sort of hobbles over there. He does not seem right.
That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Boy, the pace has picked up. Oklahoma State with a 3-point lead. 10-7 the score. But the Red Raiders will begin the second quarter at the 2. Welcome back to Stillwater. Big 12 opener for Oklahoma State. Ranked 15th in the country, taking on Texas Tech. 10-7 the score as we get ready to begin the second quarter. Brian Custer with Ben Lieber. Dean Blandino, a rules expert, is with us as well. And here is the true freshman, Alan Bowman. Looking at 2nd and goal from the 2. Tazon Henry. He's flanked out, now running in motion. And they give it on the reverse end to Kajon Carter. He scores. And Tech takes the lead.
Well, Carter's the guy that you have to be aware of all the time. You're going to see him right here. Watch him take that little inside handoff, reverse, quick little hitting reverse. Just as a defense, when you see everything going to your left, all of a sudden you get a quick, fast, small receiver that hides behind the line of scrimmage. He gets the quick reverse and takes it in for a touchdown and puts Texas Tech up on the board.
So far, the Red Raiders have run it 5 times, 18 passes. Clayton Hatfield comes in, knocks through the extra point. And the Red Raiders now up 4. Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep. Oh, what a hit. Stood up right there at the 10. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Stoner. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. First down, move the chains. 22-yard pickup for the Cowboys.
That stack formation is intentional because you can't put 2 guys on the line to chuck them.
That one's incomplete. He was looking for Stoner once again.
Well, again, that stack formation on the outside, you can only get 1 defender up on the line of scrimmage to disrupt that route. So the second receiver behind has an automatic free release, and that's exactly where Stoner was on that little quick hitting slant. The defender has to play off so there's natural space, and Cornelius was able to hit him.
Play clock at 5. Cornelius down the sideline, looking for Wallace, and he makes the catch.
Well, and DeMarcus Fields, number 23, was all over him as well, and he just elevates over the top is able to high point the ball and come down with it. He even got 2 feet in bounds.
Under pressure. He throws that one away. Colin Hill.
They like to do a lot of that hurry up, and then they get a bunch of receivers to one side and single up the receiver on the other side, and that's exactly what they tried to do there. Singled up the receiver on the right side. That's exactly where he wanted to throw the ball, but he was covered and the pressure got to him.
They fake the jet sweep. Cornelius to the outside, too high though for Tyron Johnson. Third down and 10.
You know, going back to that almost sack there on the previous play, a lot of that was just because of the offensive line. It wasn't a special blitz, nothing exotic, nothing that they hadn't seen before, but this offensive line has been an issue throughout this whole season so far, as they've been awfully leaky in basically every game they played, not doing a great job physically in the run game and giving up easy pressures like that in the pass game.
That pass complete to slant. Tylan Wallace. They pull him down at the 12. And here they go again. They run up to the line of scrimmage. 18-yard pickup.
Single receiver left side.
Here's Justice Hill. He scores. Cowboys take the lead. Justice Hill has now scored a rushing touchdown in 10 straight games.
Well, as you can see, they hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage, keep your defense guessing. And again, look at the finish from Justice Hill. He's not an overly big back, but he's a really strong back with his lower body. You can see the upper body strength to hold off the defender.
Extra point is good. And back and forth we go. Oklahoma State now. 3-point lead. Justice Hill gets in. 17-14's our score. Three-point lead for those Oklahoma State Cowboys. I got a feeling her arms are going to be swole by the end of the night.
I'm hoping that she doesn't do that for every point score, does she?
Yes, she can.
Can't they alternate?
5 plays, 53 yards. Justice Hill gets in from 13.
Those are good push-ups, too. Full extension. That's going to be tired after this one.
Jake McClure will kick things away. Quan Bowman. We got a touchback. Where here comes the showman, Alan Bowman. And the give goes to DeMarcus Felton, left side.
You know, we talked to Coach Kingsbury about his offense and about balance, and he's like, you know, I don't really care about balance. I mean, I want to run the football, but we win games by throwing the ball around. And we don't always have to run the football. We don't have to find that quote-unquote balance, but we're going to do it a little bit. And you can see when they do it sometimes, it can be awfully successful.
Felton remains in the backfield. They got 3 up top. Bowman going up top. He's got a man. He's got a step. It's complete. What a catch by Seth Collins, the junior out of San Diego.
All of these receivers can catch. Watch the end of this play. Light little layout there. Has to sacrifice his body. He knows he's going to get hit by the safety, but I'm going to go back to the throw again. This is a freshman quarterback making these throws. He's putting the ball exactly where it needs to go.
31 yards. The fake to Jazon Henry. Bowman under pressure, escapes, throws, and another flag is thrown.
The quarterback legally grounded the ball out of bounds. Therefore, there is no foul on the play for ineligible downfield. Second down.
So no flag, they pick it up.
We'll just watch all of these guys running to the right of your screen, and they're just kind of see how they're just kind of meandering around going down the field. But you heard the call. Does not constitute as illegal men down the field because he got outside the pocket and threw the ball away.
So Roderick Thompson checks in. The jet sweep to Bowman, right side. He's dropped after about a pickup of 4 by Justin Phillips, so we're looking at 3rd down once again for Tech.
Well, another huge 3rd down. They got gifted a 1st down earlier with the jumping offside by the defense, a pass interference, a 15-yard penalty on the defense gave them an automatic 1st down. So another big 3rd down opportunity here for the young freshman.
Antoine Wesley at the bottom of your screen. TJ Vasher at the top. He loves to go to these guys in critical situations. To Zahn Henry in the backfield. Bowman over the middle, and flag is thrown.
Holding. Defense number 1. It's a 10-yard penalty from half the distance to go from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
We'll take a look at Bundage. Gets his feet crossed up. And what's he have to do to recover? A slight little pull there on his right hand. And I'm telling you what, we talked about Bundage being a little gimped up earlier on. They got to do something about it. He's largely ineffective right now because he's hobbling around, looks like a lower body injury. And that's the reason why he had to wrap his right hand around and pull the jersey of that receiver, but he is not 100%.
Now 1st and goal for Tech from the 9. Inside handoff, Thompson, touchdown, Red Raiders, and they take the lead.
And they're going to say he was short of the goal line.
Check that, they will mark him at the 1.
Let's take a look at the end of the run here. Tripped up. Oh, his knee does not touch the ground. You can put your hand on the ground.
Look at that, the hand. I thought that was a touchdown.
I think you're right, Brian. I don't think that his knee ever really truly hit the ground.
Cliff thought it was as well. But they mark it at the 1. And there Thompson gets it in, and Tech retakes the lead.
Been really impressed with Texas Tech's offensive line and their philosophy going into this game. If you go back and watch the Houston game playing against Ed Oliver, they did a lot of the same stuff. They're just going to turn the offensive line bodies and get the running back to go right behind them. That seals off any sort of vertical penetration by this defensive line and gets the guys out on the edges.
Freshman out of Dallas gets his 1st score of the season. Hatfield knocks through the extra point, and we got ourselves a shootout here in Stillwater. 4-point lead for the Red Raiders. Welcome back to Stillwater, aided by some costly penalties for Oklahoma State. Texas Tech converts some 3rd downs, get into the end zone. 8 plays, 75 yards. They do it in 3 minutes, 25 seconds. 21-17 your score. As Clayton Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep for Oklahoma State. This is J.D. King with the carry. That's a pickup of 6. Inside 7 minutes until the half. Pressure, Cornelius, and sacked. Jashawn Johnson, welcome back. Seeing his first action of the season. And he comes in, the senior out of Enos, Texas, makes the stop. He's the son of a former Cowboy, Keith Davis. That one's complete. Jalen McCleskey.
You hear the crowd. They're wanting a little excessive penalty there at the end. There was a tackle on the outside, on the sidelines, and then there was the little throw down of the receiver, and the crowd wanted a flag on that play. But what a nice job by Texas Tech's defense and how to respond. Your offense comes down the field, puts you in the lead. And this defense needs some confidence. Has not played well throughout this whole season so far. It's a young season. And David Gibbs, the defensive coordinator, has a lot of faith in these guys, but they have not performed. They're performing really well so far right now.
Zach Seiner will punt things away. First punt here for the Cowboys since their opening drive. Fair caught by Bowman. We take a look here, and you look at what Bowman has done here in his first 2 starts. Nearly 900 yards, 7 TDs. Baker Mayfield, people forget he started his career out here at Texas Tech.
That's right. I mean, he had a heck of a game on Thursday night playing for the Browns. But the thing that stands out the most is, which obviously we highlighted here on the graphic, is the 0 interceptions. This system allows quarterbacks to make plays, and they don't have to throw necessarily in tight windows. They don't have to necessarily break down defensive coverages, to read safeties, to read some of the things that happen. And as you can see right here, Patrick Mahomes clearly paying attention to his alma mater and Alan Bowman, and says, congrats, my man, you got a bright future ahead, and I think so too. This young man has proven it. He belongs on this stage.
Over the middle, wide open. Jadion High.
And Oklahoma State was late getting to their blitz. They checked out of their coverage into a blitz and left a void right in the middle of the field.
Pick up a 15. Quick out there. Zach Austin. Cross midfield. We got a flag on the play.
"12 men on defense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, first down."
So they'll keep the 14-yard pickup.
You'll see the quick tempo. Look at that melee of guys going on and off the field. They lose count, leave an extra player on the field. And you can see him run off before the ball got snapped.
TJ Vasher in motion. Henry to give, cuts it back. Puts his head down, and he's about 2 yards shy of a first down. Jarek Bernard, first man to hit him.
Well, now that's what you want on first down. Give yourself second and manageable. Now you can open up the playbook. You can run, you can pass here. You have options. You're going to put the defense at a disadvantage.
2nd and 3 now. That's complete. Jadion High, first down. They'll move the sticks. 3:30 until the half.
And they view all of those throws out on the outside as if that's a run. Just put the ball in the playmaker's hands, see if they can pick up a first down using their legs.
Keep in mind, Texas Tech will also get the football at the beginning of the second half. Henry, round down the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That's a 16-yard pickup for Henry.
This is the part of the offense that you can get a tendency on. If you see a guard pull, they're going to take you to the ball carrier, but it's awfully hard as a defense when you're sucking wind and you're trying to get some air. Sometimes that thought process doesn't go through your brain.
The longest run of the night for Tech. Bowman keeps it. He runs out of bounds.
Pretty wise there by the quarterback, the young quarterback. No need to take an unnecessary hit. He's feeling it right now. He knows how important he is to this team. I know he wants to show his toughness, but in those situations, just self-preservation is key.
Tech lines up with 3 at the bottom of your screen. Henry in the backfield. That's TJ Vasher at the top of your screen. He's the 6'6" sophomore. This is Henry. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Devin Harper.
Well, here's the key defender right here. He doesn't get fooled at all. He's the one that makes the running back have to stop his feet. He just came off the line of scrimmage as if he was on an outside blitz, unblocked. And sometimes you don't have to make the tackle to be a disruptive force and allow your teammates to go in and make the play.
3rd and 9.
Check out the single high receiver on the top of your screen.
That's Vasher. Bowman's looking for him. He goes 6'6" and overthrows him. A.J. Green was right with him.
Well, like you said, Brian, they like that matchup. When you've got Vasher at 6'6", there's not a whole lot of corners that can match up physically with that height and that strength. And again, they go 3 receivers to the left, him on the right, they single him up. Why not take a shot down the field?
Here's Clayton Hatfield. This is from 31 yards out. He has an 83% accuracy percentage thus far on the season when it comes to field goals. It's good. So your score, 24-17. The score here at the half. Let's send you to Los Angeles in Rob Stone. Welcome back to Stillwater. Big 12 opener between 15th ranked Oklahoma State and Texas Tech, and it's the Red Raiders' 7-point lead as we begin the second half. Brian Custer alongside Ben Lieber inside a broadcast booth. And how about the first half? We knew it was going to be a shootout. 2 of the top scoring offenses in the Big 12, in the nation. We had that. And what about the play of Texas Tech's freshman quarterback, the showman, Alan Bowman, throws for nearly 250, 2 touchdowns. But you say the first half, dare I say, Tech defense?
I know.
Listen, story?
I get it. I know they've given up almost 300 yards in the first half. I get all, but I tell you what, they have played really, really strong and not made it easy at all for this Oklahoma State offense.
And it is Texas Tech that will receive the football here in the second half with that 7-point lead. They'll start from the 25. And here comes Alan Bowman, true freshman. Threw for 605 yards last week, 5 TDs. Texas Tech rolling up over 300 yards of total offense. And how about the 17 minutes that they held the football? You talked about ball control.
Yeah, I did. I thought going into the game that they needed to control the football. Again, you don't always have to do that running the ball. You can do that in this offense by throwing the ball horizontally, just picking up first downs and keeping control of the ball, tiring out this defense, but also keeping your defense off the field.
2001, last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. And here comes DeMarcus Felton, downhill. And he's out near midfield.
Well, the coaches love the way he runs. They say he runs so strong, and you're going to see him right here. Watch him burst through that line. Has the strength to break tackles and pick up a big gain.
And he's off and running again, this time down the right side. Pushed out of bounds by Kenneth Edison Magruder. That's a pickup of 14.
So you can't start much hotter than this right now for Texas Tech's offense. 2 big gains, keeping this defense already on their heels.
Tazan Henry will check in. In case you're wondering, Cliff Kingsbury and Texas Tech 26-4. And they were leading at the half under Cliff Kingsbury. Henry, right side, 35. Brought down at about the 34. A.J. Green was the first one to meet him.
Well, and again, the philosophy that they took last week against Houston was let's go horizontal. Let's test them on the edges. If the strength of that Houston defense last week was the penetration from the middle, well, let's see if we can do the same thing against this Oklahoma State defensive front four. Those guys like to get vertical, so why not hit them on the edges?
2001, last time Tech has won here in Stillwater. The fake and pass to the outside. It's complete to Jadon High. He's across the 20. Pushed out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line.
Well, again, what makes this offense so tough is the run-pass option. They pull the guards across, making it look like it's a hard run, then they throw it to the outside.
And Bowman again to the outside. Incomplete. Again, looking for T.J. Vasher. And he's had a battle with A.J. Green.
Yeah, he really has. And I think A.J. Green, did a really good job. I'm glad the officials let them hand fight down the field. Contact by both the receiver and the corner. I think this was a good no call. I know he was probably looking for pass interference, but they were both sort of hand fighting going down the field. So again, Texas Tech, they will surprise you sometimes getting the ball down the field vertically.
They're looking at 2nd and 10. Inside handoff. Felton spins out of one tackle to the 5. Touchdown, Texas Tech. 27 yards. The senior out of Houston.
Well, they get him with the window dressing with that short, quick motion, and then it's just the inside handoff to Felton. Watch how the defense has to honor this motion going across. You get the pullers coming from right to left, and then it's a sheer effort. The spin, the stiff arm, touchdown Felton.
He's got 80 yards rushing on 6 carries. Extra point is good. And Tech now up 14 in the 3rd quarter thanks to DeMarcus Felton. DeMarcus Felton now has 3 touchdowns on the season as the Red Raiders goes 7 plays, 62 yards, did it under 2 minutes. Felton capped it off. And now Cliff Kingsbury's Red Raiders have now racked up 17 unanswered points here. They've got themselves a 2-touchdown lead. Here's Taylor Cornelius. They give Justice Hill up the middle. Justice Hill down the sideline. And dragged down by Douglas Coleman.
Well, it's been all about the big play for Justice Hill. It's either feast or famine. There, on that particular run, he feasted on this defense.
He went 37 yards. Cornelius over the middle. That's complete. Tylan Wallace dropped at the 20. 17-yard pickup.
And again, they're going quick, trying to keep Texas Tech on their heels.
Wallace now 7 catches, 126 yards receiving. Cornelius. That one's incomplete and threw that one behind Jalen McCleskey.
Well, let's go back to how this whole thing started off. Watch the pullers from right to left. That's all you needed. That's the smallest seam for him to run through, and he hits it at full speed. And then you see his ability to pull away from people, make plays down the field.
J.D. King is checked in for Oklahoma State. He's in the backfield. Cornelius, the draw. King up the middle. Inside the 20, Nick McCann makes the stop.
All right, now big-time critical 3rd down here for Oklahoma State. They need to answer. 17 consecutive points here by Texas Tech. They need to come out here and find a special play to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
3rd and 8. Cornelius pumps, flushed out. That's incomplete. Intended for J.D. King.
Well, they tried to get the back out of the backfield again. They've been pretty successful a couple times in this game. Coverage was great down the field. Thought maybe had a one-on-one matchup on the outside. You get a fall down by the receiver there, and there's really no other option to throw the ball. He tried to fit it in the tight window, and here we go, trying for 3 points here to stop the scoring streak for Texas Tech.
Yeah, here's Amendola. He's already made one tonight. This one's from 36. Now got a string of 18 straight field goals, longest in the country. And he missed it.
Well, why'd you have to go and do that there, Brian? Now, you talked about the streak already, and he's made them. You don't need to bring the streak up again.
Man. In fact, he hadn't missed one since season opener against Tulsa last year, right here in Stillwater. But here's Bowman in that Tech offense. Felton, left side, he's loose again. Brought down right at the first down marker by Kobe Peel.
But again, they're getting those pullers in the game. Those big offensive linemen are getting up to the second level and opening holes in the run game.
Felton's got 89 yards rushing now. They fake it to Felton. They'll throw the slant to Jadian High.
And what do they keep doing? They just keep picking up first downs, pick up first downs. They're going to grind this thing out. They've shown an ability now to run the football. They've done it in creative ways by deception, playing with the keys of the linebackers.
Said first down. That's their 25th first down. Goes back to what you pointed out at the beginning, ball control. This is Henry. Not much there at all. Alvin Bundage. The rest of the Cowboys make the stop.
Well, and this time there's no pullers, and they're just going to go straight up zone blocking. And that's where this defense can really get on the edges of the offensive lineman, cause the penetration. And you see Bundage coming there, have not called his name very much, has had very little impact in this game. A lack of blitzing because they have to play straight up defense, but he finally makes his presence felt.
Antoine Wesley up top. And that's who he's looking for, but he threw it low. A.J. Green, best corner for the Cowboys.
Well, now here we go, 3rd and long, and we were always told as a defense that 3rd and long, screens and draws, always be alert.
True freshman, Alan Bowman. And Tech have completed 71% of their 3rd down. Under pressure, and he's sacked! Mike Scott gets to Bowman. The team that leads the nation in sacks finally get one tonight.
Well, smartly, Oklahoma State, they did a wholesale change out on their defensive front. They wanted fresh legs on the outside and up front to cause penetration. That's the reason why you had a reserve backup defensive end come in on 3rd down with fresh legs, and you see the get off, just beats the left tackle to the edge and gets a key sack on 3rd down.
Everybody in the stadium is standing up. Dominic Panizzolo in to punt things away. He's only had 1 return on him. It is a loose ball, and Tech comes up with another turnover. Tylan Wallace fumbles it away. Rico Jeffers recovers.
Well, this ball just floats in the air, and he misjudges the distance. He was about a half a step short of catching that right in the breadbasket. Has to lean out, catch it with his hands, and then all that traffic. And Texas Tech takes over on offense once again.
Under 5 minutes here in the 3rd. After Oklahoma State's defense comes up with a big stop, they turn it over, and it's been Oklahoma State special teams that's been great so far this season.
Watch the deep shots on sudden change.
Blitz, quick to Wesley. Down the sideline, pushed out of bounds. At the 28, Justin Phillips. That's a pickup of 13. Bowman races him to the line of scrimmage. Pitches it to Felton, right side, cuts back. He's inside the 20.
Now, once again, big pickup on first down. Give yourself second and short. Really opens up the playbook now. Now the defense has to guess. Are they going to run the ball, which they've had a lot of success? A lot of short motions, getting some offensive linemen to pull. Or are they going to throw the ball again on the outside?
The freshman, Tazon Henry, checks into the backfield. They fake the reverse. Henry, left side. Knocked out of bounds at the 9.
Now, I tell you what, Cliff Kingsbury has called a great game offensively. You see the short motion I was talking about. And then they fake that reverse. That's what all that deception and motion is. During the course of the game will set up. You have to honor that sometimes as a defense because they've been doing it with success, and then all of a sudden they fake the pitch, fake the reverse, keep it and pick up a first down.
So Roderick Thompson checks into the backfield for the Red Raiders. Wesley up top. Thompson left side picks up a couple.
And again, we talk about, look at that clock winding down. 3-score game, you've got momentum. You're knocking on the door again of another score. At worst, a field goal attempt. But they're going to milk this clock now. Understand that their defense for Texas Tech has been lights out.
Here's Bowman from the diamond formation. 5 on the play clock. Henry. Third and goal for Tech.
All right, do they go back to the fade ball? This is the other hash mark. The last time he threw a fade ball in the end zone, it was picked off.
They line up 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. Fakes it to Felton. Under pressure, he's sacked. Mike Scott, Trey Carter.
Well, the coverage was there. They go with a quick play action to try to open up a window. And it was just the pressure on the outside along with the coverage. And the only saving grace is he got right back to the middle of the football field for his field goal kicker.
Here's Clayton Hatfield. This is from 32 yards out. And he drills it. Tech now up 34-17. Minute 25 left here in the third quarter. Cliff Kingsbury, head coach of Texas Tech, thinking to himself, is this the night I get my first win against Oklahoma State as a head coach? He won here back in 2001 when he was a player.
And you know that he has to be thinking about that. I know the coaches want to stay in the moment, play by play, but you're entering the fourth quarter now, 34-17. You got to imagine that emotion is right there in the front of his brain. He could pull off a huge upset here in Stillwater.
Hatfield will kick things away. Chuba Hubbard back deep. He's going to return this one. And he's brought down at the 12. Here's Cornelius. It's complete. Tylan Wallace.
They've got to play this high-tempo game right now because clock is not on their side.
Here's the draw. Justice Hill wrapped up by Joseph Wallace after maybe a couple.
Well, and it just sort of looks like a broken play here for the offense. Trying to sneak in a cheap little run. You see Dakota Allen Phil.
Low snap. Under pressure. Cornelius gets it to Justice. And he's dropped. Jordan Brooks.
And these linebackers and second-level defenders are all over the backs out of the backfield because they've been hit a couple times, one for a touchdown. So whenever these guys sort of sneak out of the backfield, you have to put a defender on them. Texas Tech is flying around the football right now.
So we'll start the fourth quarter, and Tech, they've got the lead, 34-17 over 15th-ranked Cowboys, Oklahoma State. Welcome back to Stillwater as we begin the fourth quarter, and since the 10:40 mark of the second quarter, Tech has outscored Oklahoma State 20-0. 3rd and 8. Now for the Cowboys, 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Cornelius up top. Intercepted. Adrian Fry, the redshirt freshman out of Houston. He went to the well once too many times.
Well, he's the team leader in interceptions for this team with 2 coming into this game. The play before just about picked it off, and this time it's Cornelius putting all sorts of time under that ball. And look at the body control of Adrian Fry to come back around. Good coverage right on the hip. High points the football. He says, listen, I may play defensive back, but that ball is mine.
Both teams with 2 turnovers. And, you know, listen, I love what defensive coordinator Gary Gibbs told us when we were talking about his defense. He said, listen, I understand people talk about our defense. And he said, my defense, we're not awful. We're just playing awful right now. But I believe we can turn it around, and he's seeing it tonight.
It's a great line from our conversation with him. And he's right. You know, you would think coming into the season they returned 10 starters on defense. A lot of optimism for this defense for Texas Tech, where everybody's known them to outscore people, and it's going to be a 65-60 game, and who cares about defense at Texas Tech? But he thought, hey, we got a lot of starters returning. They know the system. I know them as players now that they were expecting better results earlier in the season. They've been waiting for a game like this.
Marcus Felton has checked back in the backfield. They throw the slant to Wesley. A 3-yard shy of a first down. Darius Williams makes the stop.
It's pretty impressive to see these big receivers, as you see Antoine Wesley right there at 6'5", 200 pounds, that you would think, okay, maybe just possession type receivers. They're not going to get a lot of separation with a lot of high balls, you know, jump ball, 50-50 type balls, but these guys know how to run these slants, these short area throws where they can get immediate separation. Awfully impressive for finding athletes of that size to do that.
Bowman rolling out, throws it. Zach Austin, first down. They'll move to James.
Check out the athleticism of Bowman. I saw him do this a lot with a one-hand grab. In warm-ups before the game, every time that he was throwing his little balls down the field and they're throwing it back, he was practicing just catching it with one hand. I tell you what, it was really impressive. That is a big freshman at 6'5", 6'3", but he has monster hands and soft receiver-like hands.
Inside 9 minutes now left in this one. This time from the pistol. Felton, right side. And he's well over 100 yards. He's at about 111 now. First 100-yard game for him in 2 years. For the senior, DeMarcus Felton. Last time he had 100 yards, you got to go back to September 17th, 2016.
Well, you can see the increased awareness on his part to get vertical. He's not trying to dance around. He's not trying to go lateral. He might make one cut just to find an opening. Then he gets vertical, and he's an awfully tough guy to tackle.
His career high is 123. That's a first down for Tech.
You see Felton kind of tap his helmet there. Looks like he needs to get a little bit of a blow, take a rest. He comes off the field.
Coach Kingsbury told us, I got to run the football more. He said, I'm certainly going to run these guys out. I want to see what their defense is like when we spread them out, run the football, and take our shots downfield. That's what they've done. They've now run for 165 yards. Here's Thompson, breaks through the seam. He's inside the 30.
You're going to see once again, watch the pullers up front. These guys are going to pull. They're going to get a hat on a hat. You're going to find a little crease. And Sir Roderick Thompson then takes it vertically from there. So last year when you saw that when these two teams played, Texas Tech only had 54 yards total of rushing. They are smashing that today.
Thompson's got 36. Felton 115. Henry has 58. This is Thompson. Leans forward for a couple. The clock continues to tick away. Again, 17 years. That's the last time Texas Tech has come in here in Stillwater and gotten themselves a victory.
See Coach Kingsbury still pacing around, obviously still calling plays with a sense of urgency, understands that this game is not over until it's truly over.
He's got the beard going, hasn't shaved since the season opener. He's Ole Miss because they've rolled off wins since that season opener. He says not shaving again. He's superstitious. Thompson again with the carry.
Well, I don't want to say that this is an impossible deficit to come back from, but the way that Texas Tech offense is just churning out first downs, obviously a critical third down play right here, but again, you don't have to press the envelope, just make it a comfortable field goal.
Here's Dazon Henry. He's checked in. 3rd and 5. They give it to him. Left side. He's down. Kobe Peel makes the stop.
Watch the counter play. He's just going to come out here. They get everybody thinking it's going to be front side on the defensive left. And what do? You just counter it right back all the way around him. Pick up again. Picking up first downs, chewing up clock. Play calling creativity has really been the difference. This defense just cannot get a bead on what Texas Tech is trying to do. And every time they think they found something, they come back with something complimentary on the other side.
Tech is knocking on the door of 600 total yards of offense. Right up the gut, Felton, touchdown, Texas Tech. His second of the night, this time from 17 yards out.
It's a straight up the gut for Felton. No pullers this time, and immediately Alan Bowman in the background, he saw him make that one cut and saw daylight, and he threw his arms up in the air. He knew exactly what kind of defense they're in. He was trusting his running back, and they basically sealed this game.
Wow. As Hatfield comes in, knocks through the extra point, and Tech now up 41-17 thanks to the interception by Fry. Marcus Felton caps it off with another touchdown. Tech is rolling 41-17. 24-point lead. Tech has rolled up 27 unanswered points on Oklahoma State.
And how about Felton? He's having quite a day. They have leaned on him in the run game. Cliff Kingsbury wanted to run the football. They did not run it very well last year. And Felton comes in, has been running so strong. North and south, hard guy to tackle. Been a huge difference in this game. Yeah, I know exactly what all these defenders are thinking about when they play at Texas Tech or a team like Oklahoma State. They try to find matchups. They try to put quick guys on linebackers. And a lot of times they win those matchups, as I felt again. couple times I had Wes Welker in the background, in the backfield, man-to-man, and they just went whoop right past me.
And you see Cornelius now, and they're going to go try to get a quick score here. Under pressure, flushed. As he throws it away. What has impressed you most here from Tech? Was it the defense? Is it the freshman quarterback? Is it them running the football?
I mean, I think it's a combination of all of that, but I obviously, because I'm a defensive guy, I'm thinking, hey, this Tech defense finally showed up. They expected this defense to be much better, and they said, hey, this might be the best defense we've had in years. And if that's going to complement an offense and that can score some points, hey, we can make some waves here in the Big 12. That didn't happen up until this game. Then all of a sudden the defense decided to show up. And that's been a big difference in this ballgame. Yes, they've ran the ball much better. The young quarterback played awfully well, especially battling adversity, throwing a couple picks, still staying aggressive, played with a lot of poise. But to me, I think it's the defense. The defense showed up on the road.
Oklahoma State, keep in mind, they have not scored since the 10:40 mark in the second quarter. So you're looking at a Tech defense that basically pitched a shutout here in the second half. That won't be downed at the 20. Talking about Tech, good building block for them because they've got Will Greer in West Virginia next.
Yeah, they do. They look pretty unstoppable, but you know what? This is a nice little warm-up because West Virginia's offense is very similar to what Oklahoma State does. They want to run the football. They want to be explosive in the pass game. So defensively for Texas Tech, they can learn a lot from this game here, and hopefully that translates as they get West Virginia to travel all the way to Lubbock next week. And then it does not get much easier. TCU is playing outstanding football right now. Kansas is Kansas. You know, you're probably going to get a win there. And Iowa State at Iowa State's always a tough out. They always play hard there with Matt Campbell's team. And then Oklahoma, as everybody knows, is one of the best in the country.
Alan Bowman, 398. A couple of touchdowns, 2 interceptions. There's Thompson over that right side. Talk to me about Oklahoma State now, because Coach Gundy told us, he said, I'm going to learn a lot about my defense tonight against this Tech offense. What do you think he learned about his football team as well?
Well, they got to be tighter in the secondary. You know, that was a question mark. He's like, I know what I have up front. I know that I have a defensive line that can really get after it. They can penetrate. If you're going to run conventional offense against us, that I feel pretty good about my guys up front. Take a look at their schedule. They've got Kansas next. That'll probably be a get-right game as they go to Lawrence next week. And then again, Iowa State's a tough out. K-State at Manhattan is a tough out. Texas. Who is Texas at this point? They can play pretty good ball, and then they can also look like they don't show up as well. So there's no real easy games for them as they got to get back. And going back to your question, they got to figure out more creative ways where they can get more bodies on the outside. You got to test your front seven. Can we have a 7-man box and stop the run? Do we always have to bring in a safety or somebody else to roam around the line of scrimmage and play in that run box? If they can do that and have an extra defender out on the outside, then they're going to have a chance with this defense. You see Jim Knowles there, first-year defensive coordinator. Spent 8 years at Duke as a defensive coordinator, had a top 25 defense for Duke last year.
How about Thompson running hard? Another first down. Mike Gundy came into this game 11-2 against Texas Tech. It's about to go to 11-3. As their streak will come to an end. 9 straight. Tech had lost to Oklahoma State until tonight, as Cliff Kingsbury gives a lot of congratulation hugs. Tonight's game has been produced by Darren Foster, directed by Zach Jensen, associate director Andy Kavanaugh, our broadcast associate is Ben Tom, Bo Chapman, Darren Bridges, and Coach Clark crunching all the numbers. technical director is Mike Copeland. Time now for the expectation-shattering drive of the game. It's sponsored by Buick.
Well, it was all about the young quarterback. Had a couple of interceptions today, but he stayed poised. He stayed within the system. And look at Felton go. DeMarcus Felton, a couple of touchdowns today. Their ability to run the football and control the line of scrimmage was a big difference for Texas Tech's offense.
And Alan Bowman, gets the job because of an injury. It's going to be hard to replace that freshman.
It's going to be awfully. I don't think that you can replace him at all. He has got this team. This is his football team now. He has played awfully well. The first true road test for him, and he passed with flying colors.
It's been 17 years, but the streak comes to an end as Texas Tech finally gets them a victory over Oklahoma State here in Stillwater. Well, the final score here from Stillwater, Oklahoma, 41-17.
So happy for Coach Kingsbury. I know that he wanted this win so badly, and he finally got it. Enjoy this win, Coach.
Been a long time coming. Tech now 3-1. The Cowboys fall to 3-1, their first loss of the season.